Isn't that the thing that like everyone's like, who would win? Me or this Harry Potter guy? I will tell you, I would win. I don't know who this Harry Potter guy is, but I would beat him up. Hello everyone, welcome to the best channel on the entire internet. I'm Percy Jackson, unless you're Annabeth Chase watching this, in which case I am not Percy Jackson, because Percy Jackson is definitely doing his schoolwork like he told you he was doing. I'm just a random guy who looks exactly like Percy Jackson and has the same name, but I'm not actually him. And today we're going to be taking more quizzes, because in my last video, I took a Who is Your Godly Parent quiz and I got Poseidon. So that means these quizzes are legit. So, as someone who has been to both Camp Half-Blood and Camp Jupiter, I actually have a Camp Jupiter t-shirt around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. This quiz by Knights Read that I will leave in the description of this video is do you belong to Camp Half-Blood or Camp Jupiter? Firstly, how do you describe yourself? Mean and loud? No. Messy and chaotic? I'm a bit messy and chaotic. Neat and quiet? No. Strong and poised? No. Hardworking and funny? I like to think I am. Brave and curious? Blah, blah, blah. Hardworking and funny. I am hardworking and I am funny. What does your group of friends look like? I have 5 or 6 friends that I would absolutely die for. I only have 1 no. I have a lot of friends, but I would absolutely die for them. So I'm going with I have 5 or 6 friends that I would absolutely die for. That is actually true. I do have 5 of them. Excuse me while I go be very sad for a moment. Now, focus on the positive, focus on the positive. Those who were on the Argo 2 fit this number. And I would die for all of them. How do I handle conflict? I like to take charge and lead the way. I usually try to lighten the mood with my humor. I do both of those. I confront the issue head on. I do that also. I prefer to solve it diplomatically. I don't do that. I do the first 3 though. I'm gonna say confront the issue head on, but I do all of them. What do I value most in friendships? That is a good question. Adventure and excitement, support and understanding, honesty and directness, humor and kindness, recklessness and pranksters, loyalty and trust. I guess loyalty and trust. Younger me might have said adventure and excitement, but really loyalty and trust go a very, very, very long way in this world that we live in. What type of situation do you thrive in? When I'm working with a team, when I have the chance to take risks, when I'm able to help others, when I can think strategically. I like to take risks to help others, but we're gonna go with risks because I've also taken risks not to help others. I like taking risks. But if I had to choose between helping someone and taking a risk, I would help someone. I just usually take risks to help others. How do you handle challenges? I strategize and plan my moves. No. I think through options. No. I'm impulsive. Ooh, I get to pick 2 answers in this one. Which of these best describes your leadership style? Collaborative and inclusive? I like to include everyone. Everyone's opinion matters. On our own we can't do stuff, but together we can. Oh right, I get to pick 2. Supporting and nurturing, because being a good leader is about making sure everyone is following you, because you can't be the leader if you're not the leader. So they need to think that you're the leader, and to do that you need their trust. And to get their trust, they need to be good people. Am I making sense? I don't know. What kind of camp bonfire stories would you most enjoy? Would I? I hear them all the time. Story that focuses on character growth? Boring. Mysteries and thrillers? Stories? No way. Camp bonfires are for singing. I thought I was gonna say that they're for boring. That they are boring. They're not boring. No time for stories? Nuh-uh. Epic adventures and quests. Epic adventures and quests. How do you react to a surprise? I love and live for surprises! Oh, wait. I just read the rest. I'm too impatient for surprises. I always find out before I'm meant to. That does happen. But I love them when I am surprised. I'm just not. Which of these would you rather control? Water. I do control water. And it's awesome, and I don't want to trade it, because I would totally beat Jason if that fight hadn't been stopped. What does your ideal weekend look like? Sports and game competition? No. Training and practice? Studying? No. Staying and helping out family? Working out? Hanging out with friends? Hanging out with friends. I like to hang out with my friends. Camp Half-Blood! Yay! Camp Half-Blood. Camp Half-Blood. See? See? These quizzes are true, guys. Guys, the internet knows our souls. We gotta do more. There's this quiz that says PGO Life Long Results, and the description says girls only. So I think we should take this. This quiz is by Sunny. Welcome. Let's start up with, who would you want as a parent? Someone commanding and cool. Who would you date from Percy Jackson? I'm uncomfortable in this situation because my options are Nico, which is awkward on so many levels, Draco Malfoy. Isn't he from like that like Harry Potter thing? Isn't that the thing that like everyone's like, who would win? Me or this Harry Potter guy? I will tell you, I would win. I don't know who this Harry Potter guy is, but I would beat him up. Luke, before, yeah. See, this is so awkward, guys. Luke, though. I understand how he managed to get so many followers. Let's just put it that way. Myself, I'm hot AF. I am Percy. You see, those are the same options, and I'm not going to date someone I'm not going to date Draco. I'm not going to date Luke, and I'm not going to date Nico. I will put Percy, because that is the correct choice. I am awesome. Percy or Kronos? Well, that's easy. Percy. Who would you want as your best friend? Grover. I don't need to read the rest of the results. I mean options. Which club would you join? Bull club? Acting? No club. I'm a free person. Yeah. Favorite animal? A tiger. Something pretty and cute. Not a fish. No! What do people have against fish? Who dares disrespect the fish? There's no horse and there's no fish. So I guess a fluffy puppy. Whoa. Who would you kill if you had to kill someone? And the options are my best friend, my family, myself, or no one. Well, it's an option, so I'm gonna pick no one. But if it was like a sacrifice for the greater good, I would sacrifice myself. I would sacrifice myself to save my friends and family. But because no one is an option, of course I'm choosing that. Pick an accessory. A colorful hat. Mascara. A headband or hoodie. I'm pretty enough without accessories. Pick a word. Any word. Loyal, beautiful, funny. Funny. I'm also loyal. And I'm also beautiful. But I'm funny. More specifically, I'm sassy. I am per-sassy. And yes, I know what goes on online. I know what you guys call me. I know how many of you simp over me. Pick an object. A water balloon? I don't need to hear the other ones. My name is Scarlet Baker. But we're gonna see how accurate this is to like me. Because obviously I'm not a girl. And this was for girls. So I'm not Scarlet Baker. We've got this long story. Okay. Personality. Funny. Yes. Prankster. Not that much. Giggly. I'm not giggly. Outgoing. I am outgoing. Looks. Reddish brown hair. I have brown hair. Honey hazel eyes. My eyes are like blue or green depending on what body of water I'm closest to. Tall. Actually, thanks to a little incident when we were 11, Annabeth and Grover are still taller than me. Nico's shorter than me though. Athletic. Yes, I am athletic. Okay, who's my crush? Well, you always found that Luke cute until his, yeah. I feel called out by this quiz. Cabin 11, Hermes? No, that is incorrect. This quiz is not as accurate, but also I'm not a girl, so maybe I broke the quiz by taking it as a guy. I think that's what happened. Oh, we have a little story part. Okay, I have to act it out. Ah! You hear a shrill shriek from the boys' bathroom at lunch. There it was again. You hesitated, lifting your head up from the water fountain. See, it is me. Wait, did they mean like water fountain that you drink out of, not of the ones that you shove your classmates into? Could you go in there? Yes, because I'm a guy. He sounded like he was in danger. You stepped in, closing and latching the door behind you. Why am I... What? What? What sort of bathroom am I going into that there are already people in so the door isn't locked? So it stalls, right? But then I'm locking the door. How does that work? That makes no sense. You oh so carefully peek around the corner, hoping it wasn't just a false alarm, because you were bored with a capital B. That sounds like me in school. But it wasn't a false alarm. You see a young teenager, one everyone considers to be odd, pressed up against a wall with a giant thing hunched over him. You yelp, alerting them to your presence. Well, that was dumb. But I'm in a bathroom, so I can just, like, explode the toilets. Suddenly, the beast turns to you, ripping a faucet out of the wall. You manage to beat it away. See? Even in this universe where I'm in the Hermes cabin, I still abuse bathroom equipment. It promptly disappears, leaving the boy with a satisfied expression. Oh, he was a satyr. Come with me, he whispers. right tone of voice for that. Whoa! You're pressed up against the window of the car, your breath fogging up the glass. You hastily wipe it away. But you couldn't believe your eyes. You were at Camp Half-Blood. Oh yeah, you were. Me, I am. This is me. This is weird. Scarlet Baker! Announced Mr. D. Oh no. Looking bored. A small smattering of applause. What is a smattering of applause? Went around the dining pavilion. Smiling awkwardly, you sat down, trading nervous grins with other campers, but campers has a capital C. That's their name. These are the multiple people there who are named Camper. So it's like if there were a bunch of guys named Percy, it's like you're trading nervous smiles with all the Percys. But this is all the campers. You knew that despite all this unfamiliar blah 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 blah, you would call this place home for a long time. Pull that! Pull that way! What? You scream at your friend Genevieve, who was an undetermined like you. It was in quotations, that's why I had to do that. Quick! You needed to win the chariot races! Like, needed to! You hastily shoved Genevieve to the side and took control. Sideswiping a few other chariots, you pulled into the lead. And our winners are What is this timeline? When were there chariot races that I wasn't part of? There was a collective gasp. You were pretty sure everyone was staring above your head, so you craned your neck to see what they saw. A glowing symbol! Just above your head. You had been claimed. You agreed to join Percy's side in battle. Obviously, because this is me and I'm Percy. You died? I died? Protecting your friends. That makes sense. And holding off monsters coming to attack New York. Because of you, Olympus is still standing. I feel uncomfortable. I just died. I don't like this. So that quiz was not as good. Obviously, we're just gonna have to take some more, but they're gonna be in a different video. Take these quizzes, because I'll link them below, and comment what you got, and if you think that they were accurate. Subscribe, comment, like, share. Subscribe because this is literally the best channel on the entire internet because I, Percy Jackson, am here, and I know you all love me. I see the comments that y'all write about me. It's creepy. So you better subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video.